I'm going to be dropping my entire distribution model that has made me over $1 million day trading at the age of 17. Like right now, I own two software companies alongside day trading and have other things going for me as well. And when you really think about it, it's crazy because I started day trading about 3 years ago. And it took me a minute to actually become profitable. But once I found this model, it genuinely made everything so much easier for me. Even the psychological part became a lot simpler. I've taught this model to the people in my community as well. Two of them passed their evals in a matter of 2 weeks. Here's the two screenshots. And then I could confidently say that every single person who has gone an eval in the Discord has passed it. Now, if that's not enough proof that the model is insane, I'm going to be hopping into it. I'm not going to leave out a single detail. I want you guys to take notes and take this video seriously because this video could be the video that changes your life and makes you profitable. Now here, first I want to show you guys September's P&L. This is $22,000 made just last month. I haven't took that many trades this month because right now I'm focusing more on long-term investments and I'm also starting another software company. But here's proof that the strategy literally 7 out of 7, 100% win rate the month of September. And I'm about to show you exactly why this strategy works so well because it incorporates news as well. It's not a strategy that's just built off of technical lines and all that bullshit. It's not normal pattern trading. The reason why it works is because we're actually trading off of market psychology. And what I mean by market psychology is how the market's moving, where the volume is moving, how order flow is going. And I'm about to hop into all that right now. It'll all make sense and just make sure you guys are really paying attention because I promise you this is just I'm about to drop some crazy ass sauce. All right, so these are the times that I trade in. It's called the ICT macro. I trade in especially one, and there's another one that I don't really trade, but also it works as well. But these are the two times. The first one is 9:40 to 10:10. It's a little 10. I like to trade 10 minutes before ICT macro because I've seen that it's probable there as well. It's 10:10, and that's Eastern, or I'll trade New York, and then 1:45 to I'm sorry, 1:40 to 2:10 New York. So these are the two times that I specifically trade. I don't trade on any other time other than these two times. And the reason why, other than because it works, especially here, is it helps you psychologically. If you're looking at the market 24/7, right? And that's why I love the strategy so much. If you're looking at the market 24/7, it's gonna mess you up in the head. You want to have a clear mind before and after the market. And if you're trading the entire time looking for a trade here, you will never win. The best thing you could do is just trade one of these times, stick to it, you hop off the charts, you hop on the charts, I meant, and then you hop off, and then boom, your day is nice. You go worry about other things, you go to your job. And especially for me, because I'm so busy, I have like really long work days, this is very good for me because I don't have to worry about like, oh my god, day trading is gonna be a full time thing. No, it's right after I became profitable where I could just wake up at these times and I'm good. Obviously, if you're trying to become profitable, you should be putting 100% of your time into it. Back testing, learning more things about your psychological health, and just overall trying to become a better person so you can actually become profitable in the market. And the next thing I want to talk about is the psychological part of day trading. I recommend this app 100%. It's called Trade Nova. You journal here, you put your trades here, and then you have an AI that goes through everything and gives you insights. It'll generate you an entire thing. So here I got a psychology score of 75. I need to reflect on my lessons learned, and it tells you your discipline, goals, issues, and your summary, right? I have four emotional patterns, and then you got AI mentor. You could ask it a question, and they'll give you an answer. This honestly genuinely helps so much. You even have a backtesting side. There's not a simulated thing on here, but you have a notebook that you could take notes on. I haven't taken any notes on here, but yeah, it's very good. I tell all my students to use this, and it's helped them a lot when it came to day trading. So now that we've gone the basic things done, I really want to hop in how the strategy works, right? The technical part of it. And the first thing I want to tell you guys is the strategy works best when you have news drivers. And what do I mean news drivers? Well, on my Discord, I post what days are going to be high probable and low probable. And this helps my students know where there are going to be news drivers. Because if you have a news driver, right, on a high prob day, for example, market tends to move towards one direction, especially during the first macro. which means you can indicate order flow is going to keep continuing towards one way. News drivers are going to help you so much doing this. So just I always say check news because at the end of the day, pattern trading is going to do you nothing. You want to be more of a logical trader, and that's how you're going to become profitable. And there are two more important things I want to talk about. News drivers first. Second, order flow. This is how I find order flow and how it's so accurate. I use something called EMA. It's the only indicator that I recommend. I don't even use this bullshit that I have right here. Let me just take it off. EMA, though, helps you understand which way order flow is going to move. For example, Friday market, right? 9:40 to 10:10, we have a macro. What happens here? As macro opens, we have EMA switching, right? When EMA switches, we have displacement towards the upside. You can indicate that we're going to keep moving towards that direction. And by the time that it closes, right, or the macro closes, we're still up simply just because we know which way order flow is moving. Keep in mind, this is a Friday, it's not even high prob, and that's why I say on low prob days you could even trade this. Why? Because if you find order flow and we still have a lot of volatility in the market, and you could tell by how much points the market's moving, then I would say you could trade just size down. That's my recommendation. But yeah, that's essentially how I find order flow. And I also emphasize on checking order flow on the higher time frames. For example, this was the market on Friday. If you looked in the higher time frames, order flow is moving up. We're obviously going to be indicating that we're going to keep moving up simply because when EMA switches, it usually tends to move towards that side. If that's how order flow wants to move, right? So when macro opens, a lot of people might have got manipulated right here, right? Because I don't even know, but some people might have. And essentially, which one all you need to look at is the higher time frames. Did market displace below this EMA? No, it didn't. Okay, then we're gonna keep our buy straight. We want to look for a long. It's very, very simple things. If you just use this, I promise you, your profitability is gonna skyrocket in general. The next thing I want to talk about is AMD. AMD, right? You could open session indicators, and this is how we want to look for it. Asia session, we accumulate. London session, we manipulate. New York session, we distribute. If you follow this pattern, Asia session, accumulate, London session, we manipulate, New York, distribute. You follow this pattern, you will end up a profitable trader. And simply all you need to do, right, is do this. Where is the nearest London highs and lows? The nearest London highs right there, the nearest London lows right there. I want to wait for markets to distribute, and that's where the entire model name of distribution model comes from. I want to wait for model to distribute towards one side. Once I see that market has distributed towards a singular side, then I would want to see further confirmation of me to enter that trade. Like EMA, maybe we tap into some fair value gap and reject off of it. But that's essentially how I am going to be looking for a probable setup. And market plays this out every single day of the week. Like, do you guys not see this? Is this not crazy? It happens every time. Like this macro, all you had to do was set up these highs, and you would have entered somewhere here. You would have won. Now that we've figured out how to find order flow and where the market is moving, next thing I want to talk about is displacement and points aimed. Right? These are the next two topics I want to talk about: displacement, points aimed, and I'll get into that right now. All right, so right here, market rejected off these lows, right? What I'm essentially looking for most of the time is manipulation. We probably had turtle soup right here on like the 15-minute. Okay, perfect. Manipulation happened. Now we're waiting for EMA to switch. Now, let me tell you guys how I essentially look for my ideal setups. We have fair value gap right here. Market rejected off it once. Market rejected off of it twice. And we displaced. Displacement is essentially a very, very simple concept. It's when market moves with speed and efficiency towards one side. Essentially a candle with huge volumes. When you see it, you want to be like, okay, market's moving towards this way, so it's probably going to keep pumping towards that way. And that's the type of entries you want. Because when market displaces, it runs for 20 to 30 more points guaranteed. And that is all we are going to aim for. 20 to 30 points. That's all you need. Once you have learned how to not be greedy and only aim for 20 to 30 points in the single macro, you will win, genuinely. For example, right here, right? Market displays fair value gap, we had displacement. 953, okay. We displaced above EMA, perfect. You don't need to wait for EMA switch, we displace above it. Now all you're aiming for is Yeah, for 30 points here, or even less, because there's a fair value gap literally right here. So could have been like, okay, I wanna aim for that fair value gap. Or if you are really just a safe type of trader, you could have even just waited for a market to displace past this fair value gap, waited for a rebalance, and you would have still won. Very, very simple stuff. Very, very simple stuff. All we are aiming for is 20 to 30 points. That's it. If you aim for 20 to 30 points, you will win. You will. Because when market displaces, order flow is going towards one direction. It's not going to fake you out, right? If you held it for a very long time, it might not hit your TP. Like this is a bad example for a day, but sometimes you'll just have market boom and then just go in the opposite direction. It's a reversal day. But when you aim for 20, 30 points after displacement with order flow on your side, you will always hit. That's how I had a 100% win rate last month, right? I'm just let it load. Perfect. That's how my students have passed their evals. One of them passed it with a 100% win rate, taking like 15 trades. So it's very, very simple. So both those concepts are done, but all this is done. All this is done. You combined all three of these together, you will become profitable. I guarantee it. I swear my life, if you generally follow all the rules, you will become a profitable trader. I guarantee you, becoming profitable is not that difficult. Obviously, it goes more in depth than this, but I'm going to keep it very, very simple for this video. If you guys are interested in the strategy and group calls I do in my Discord, going over everyone's trades, going over more concepts, I have lectures on my Discord going over every single piece of the model, PXL, PXH, AMD, fair value gaps, all that. And then an active community. You know what I'm saying? And obviously more, but those are the things on top of my head. So yeah, I recommend everyone join the Discord if you are serious about trading. The results speak for themselves. And yeah, I wish the best for all you guys. Thank you for staying till the end of this video. Remember, lock in, stay disciplined, and follow your rules, and you will win.